Hey guys, Lucid, jumping back into Black Swan, where I'm playing Mekone. It's turn 43. And, yeah, hopefully, I don't have any Russian coffee with me anymore. It is a new day. But I'm hoping I get caught up to where I am in the game, today. I think I'm on turn 53 now. So we've got 10 turns to do, which, right, it's like an hour and a half of recording. I think I can do that. And I really want to be... some of my last few turns have been kind of interesting, too. Like, in real time. And I was really wishing that I was live so I could kind of be recording what I was thinking, rather than having to remember it as I go back through it. Okay, so here we go. We got a message from Marverni. I unfortunately don't have much vision into Lanka, but into the east I only see 300 to 400 chaff. And also some crystal mages. Yeah. That actually is going to be important later. Satis is also understandably curious about how your war is going. He himself, though, is tied up with Niflheim. He'll eventually win, but having trouble with the cap. And then we get some money from Satis. So, this is old news. Like, Satis and I have already done Diplo. Which is fortunate. I think if I got attacked by... It's kind of a vicious cycle of bad things happening. Like, if Lanka attacked me while I was struggling to finish Caelum off, and then Satis jumped in, then I would look pretty ripe to Marverni, and then Marverni would jump in. And there's no way I could fight all of them. I mean, I'm playing Mekone, for God's sakes. Which is going to be a theme. That really should be the title of this video series. I'm playing Mekone, for God's sakes. So Bear Father, in his infinite wisdom, decided decided to set up sporting games, etc., etc. I'll let you guys pause and read it if you want to. And then coming down here, we have a message from Lanka. If our maneuvers go to plan, we shall have liberated Caelum this turn. If so, please note that Caelum is under our protection for at least 10 turns. If anyone attacks them, with whom we have a nap, we will consider it breaking a nap with us. Lanka. And then a message... as well as for why? Well, for the glory. So, he's making a declaration of peace. I mean, a declaration of, like, protectorship over over Caelum. Now, if you recall, the end of last turn, we evacuated our troops off of... not Lanka, Caelum. We evacuated our troops off of Caelum. But... and so his army's going to be down here. We'll look at all this stuff, but... like, what... it doesn't, like, what is Lanka even thinking about? Like, I've marched over here, I'm gonna take it, and now he sends a message out to the world saying, Caelum is under our protectorship while he has cracked their fort and has a 600-person army on top of it with his pretender god? Yeah, okay. One second, let me pause it. I made a funny little clip. Okay, so... I found this little meme, or actually I made it, but it says, "Do not fear, Lankan protection forces have arrived." Which, like, I mean, so the joke is kind of, if you look at, like, World War II, when Germany was moving protection forces into, I forget which were the first countries they invaded. I know Poland was pretty quick on the list, but I think there was some contested Belgium territory or something they took it at the very beginning, but anyway. Yeah, do not fear, we're here to protect you. So I think people got a good laugh out of that. And then, like, if anybody attacks Caelum, I guess that's presumably TNN, then it doesn't make any... maybe he doesn't know that this is Caelum's only province left. Which, it doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense. I was, like, really befuddled by this. And as it will turn out later, Lanka actually thinks he's liberating Caelum. Like, he says he's not going to take it. He's really just liberating them after they're down to their capital with, like, 5 mages, and that's it. I think it's only 3 mages now, too. Strange times. Okay, Voice of Apsu didn't find anything. We teleported this on top of one of Lanka's armies, and this is one of our thick boys. Ring of Regeneration, 2 Frost Brands, plenty of shock resistance. Does not have a special hat for dealing with air elementals, so we're kind of risking it here. We might have been able to deal with one air elemental, but like 2 or 3 we probably would have died. You can see Fire Shield doing its thing. You know, as we watch this, I'm kind of musing. Actually, we'll wait till we get to my current place in the game, but I don't have any idea how I'm going to win a game with Mekone. I really don't. Having no sorcery, and then not terribly high elemental paths, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I have no idea. And I've kind of gotten in some ways, maybe I was kind of hoping I got kicked out of the game early. Which I think is the fate of all Mekones. To eventually lose, so, you know, why prolong the inevitable? Okay, Satis was just sending somebody to die who was diseased, presumably. Coming down here. Another successful raid, and then Lanka attacking us here. So this is the army he moved on top of Caelum to quote-unquote liberate it. He's got a devil who's a commander. He's got this guy with a sort of swiftness and some boots. He's got these guys who I guess are here to do summon imps. All up in here. And then he's got some Asrapas here. And this is a Dakini. So I don't know what she's gonna do. Maybe Storm? For the Storm Demons. But anyway, our guys just run. But that's what's on top of Caelum as a liberation force. Now, especially because he has his god, I don't know. Let's actually see. I think his god's going to be pretty close to full HP because there's not much Caelum Dominion here. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. This army would 100% kill whatever is inside Caelum. And so I'm like, okay, he's gonna take it. Like, I can't stop it. This army here, though, we're gonna move to a retreat route. Okay, so there's actually a few things happening. This actually is gonna be a really cool turn. And it's coming back to me since this was probably a few weeks ago, given that we had a big patch. The game got paused for after this, so maybe even a couple months ago. Even though it's not very far in like turn time in the past, it's a little bit in terms of real time. We are going to be doing something pretty wonderful. We're going to be moving these guys back on top, and you might say, Lucid, why would you move such a shitty little army on top of this big Lankan Doomstack? Why would you do that? And there's an answer, my friend. The answer. Wait, I thought there was an answer. Where's the answer? Do I really not have another air-empowered guy? One second, let me check. Oh no, we've got him. Here he is. Okay, so Mimos. I knew he was somewhere. Who I have not renamed, but all my other super combatant tarts are... I mean, not tarts. Elder Cyclopses are going to get renamed into various Patreon folks. So we've got Peter Wass here. I'm not going to rename them until they get on super combatant duty, I don't think. And I'm going to try to. But yeah, if you comment in videos, I might name them after you too, but don't ask for me to name them because it's going to be out of sequence. Sometimes if I want to name people, and I'm pretty bad about remembering, but I'll just flip through who's commented in videos saying something interesting, and then I'll name them after them. Okay, so he has heroic toughness, so he gets more hit points, which is pretty sick. He's got Ring of Regeneration, he's got 40 shock resistance, and he's got a Crown of Titans and 2 Frostbrands. He is going to go jump on top of this army. He's going to do turn 1 Iron Skin, and then summon Earth Power Flying Shield. Now, this group, this Dakini could do Air Elementals, so he's size 6, so he's not going to get trampled because I gave him that Crown of the Titans. And this Raksharaja might also do Air Elementals. And we have to be able to contend with his god. But there's a good chance his god's not going to hit us, but he'll just kind of surround us. One problem, and I don't know if I recognize it at this point, is that he has Spirit Mask, which is going to frighten my giant. So being able to deal with that actually is going to be an issue potentially. Trying to think if there's anything else of note. No, so the plan is that we're going to teleport on top of this army. We've got Fire Shield too, so it's going to melt all the chaff. But with Iron Skin, Flying Shield, and Temper Flesh, we're going to take hardly any damage. And we should definitely be able to tank his god. The only thing I'm worried about is routing. But I'm hoping that we get surrounded by shit, and we don't rout, or if we rout, we can't even escape till his army's routed. And in which case, if his army routs his flyer, his god will leave immediately. And then anyway, we can come back here. In the meantime, we're going to be moving my real army, my big army, to the only retreat destination. Now, the way this works, for those of you who don't know, is a magic phase attack will take place first. So we're going to have this battle. That will happen before any of this normal movement phase happens. But what will happen then is, so if I magic phase attack this, which would be not a bad idea, by the way, if I were to do that, then this province would be mine. He would have no place to retreat, and everybody who runs from here dies. But since I can't do that, I don't think. It's possible we could have called of the wild this. I don't have the gems, but that would have been an option, but I don't know. If I were Lanka, I would have put a fair amount of PD here or something, because you really do not want to be in a situation where you're this heavily committed and your only retreat route is cut off. Or could be cut off. But sometimes you don't think about that. I don't know. Like I say I would think about it, but I might forget. So anyway, we're going to go over here, jump on top of this, route it. Any survivors that retreat are going to bump into my full army, where we've got mass protection, flaming arrows, a bunch of other stuff. And so that should be fun. Meanwhile, this army on top of here, we're going to move here, and we're moving another big army here, and we're going to immediately check Lanka's capital. There's some other things we can see, like a big ball of undead here, which are a little scary. We can see that he has a crystal citadel, and this is actually an event, or a magic site, which lets you get crystal sorceresses, or crystal mages, which I need so badly. So badly. So that's really good, and this is another incentive to aggressively carve out part of Lanka, because, like, yeah, having Astral 3s is a huge deal for me. And then, anyway, yeah. But ideally, we're going to check Lanka's capital pretty damn soon, and, yeah. I think that is about it for this turn. I don't know if we're going to go through all the micro scripting at anything. I don't think so. This guy's a thug. I'll just show you the little thug script I have on him. Summon Earth Power, Iron Skin, Blessing, Phoenix Pyre, Fire Shield, attack closest. Should be enough to deal with light PD. He's got a Demon King here, who's one of his one of his heroes. But we'll see. Anyway, should be interesting. What is really weird is I see these guys, and so the guy playing Lanka, I've played with in quite a few games now, and he normally plays Bandarlog, or he likes this nation lineage through all the different eras, which is cool. I like him too. He's played Bandarlog in quite a few games, and he's played Patala and some others, but don't know if he has Lanka fully figured out yet, because these guys suck. They're really expensive, and you definitely, and one thing I haven't seen a lot of are Palakshas, which are the capital armored sacred, and those are way better cost per dollar than these guys. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyway. I mean, like, these guys, I don't think I ever get them when I play Lanka, but I guess if you have a good enough bless, they could be worth it. You really go hell bless. 43. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next turn. I probably should have checked outgoing diplomacy, but so be it. Turn 44, this will probably be the last turn for this episode. We have 4 fire gems from Satis. We got a message from Roos. An update in the Bobo and Bebe series. For those of you following along in that. Okay, so we got some fire gems from Satis. I've been sending Satis, every time you see this, I'm sending Satis a lantern. So, we have a battle in Caelum. Oh, I guess I cloud trapeze this guy on top of his cap too, prior to my army arriving. Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. I was thinking, I'm getting Caelum and Lanka confused. This is what we planned. Yeah, so this is Caelum, I'm sorry. This is like my big guy coming in to deal with Caelum. And this is why having all this lightning resistance is so important, because we're fighting storm demons. Here come the air elementals, so it's very important we're size 6 here. Right now, if we were size 5, we would be dead. So that's this crown coming into place. Or into play. And he, very well, because I haven't really revealed the crown yet, so he may think he's protected from super combatants, which he's seen me use against Caelum. He may think he's protected against it because he has air elementals coming out. Which, like I said, if I didn't have that, they would just be murdering me right now. So the storm demons come up and they're trying to zappinate me. But we're just not taking any damage. If you look at my stats, we're 26 protection, we've got blunt / pierce resistance, we've got protective force 20, we've got all the resistances, not a lot of cold, but Lanka doesn't really have water or anything. We've got fire shield 12 or 11, so it's a lot of fire shield damage. And there's a steady stream of undead coming from the back. Oh, are these guys they look like they're Sabbath slaves. Yeah, they are. One of the cool things you can do with Lanka is it's pretty easy to get a regen on these guys. These guys actually make pretty good communion slave chassis. I think Lanka's actually a pretty damn high skill cap nation. I mean, I think it's one of those nations that you can be pretty good at if you're kind of new to the game, and then I think if you're really good at the game, you can be like it because of like all the Sabbath communion mechanics and stuff. I think you just get better and better. It's also a nation that pulls you in a lot of ways. Like in some ways, because you have a lot of options, it's very easy to succumb to. Okay, our morale is broken, so we were worried about that. And indeed, it's happened now. But we're killing, basically, his whole army now. We've killed, I think, almost all his storm demons. All the undead you see are summoned, so all the chaff he had brought are probably just about dead now. And if we get the battle to time out, all of his flyers are going to fly in retreat, and some of them are going to die. You can see even once he's routed, just massacre. Yeah, he's killed his communion slaves too now. So we're most likely about to lose this battle because our guy's gonna run off the field. Yeah. But, you know, what more can you ask for? There's another battle in Caelum which we're gonna watch real quick. This is our guys moving in, and presumably he left something behind. In this case, it's just an Sarapa and a little things. These are actually probably things that were gonna go with the army, but the commander died, if I had to guess. Maybe he left some of the Marcata, but I bet that demon was not supposed to stay there. And then we've got a battle here in Exhibothia. And this is where we were cutting off his retreat. And so what was once a very large Lankan army is now very little. Unfortunately, this may actually play out against me, because I have no idea how we're going to kill this Pretender God. We don't really have any of the tools for that. I'm not sure I thought that through. So magic phase attack would have been a lot better for me, because... And there really wasn't much PD, so like if I could have done Call of the Wild, it might have been even worth alchemizing for. Because then these guys would all be dead, because I would have cut off... Well, no, they wouldn't. Because they won the battle. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how that would have played out. I think that this played out about as fine as it was going to. Because we routed, they probably would have... They would have still moved, and we would have still had this fight, even if my magic phased attacked. Okay, now we've got a lot of flaming javelins and flaming slings coming in here, but they're really just hurting our own troops. They're not really going to hurt him. And then we've got this fire elemental burninating our own stuff, so this is not very good. This actually is pretty bad for us. It would have been better to just let him retreat. We're not even going to get these mages at the back, which is a little sad. He's not even getting afflicted. And there we go, we run. So that was actually not great. We lost 120 dudes. I mean, that's what they're there for, is to die. We killed off some stuff, like, okay, we did get the Blood Mage, we got a Devil, we got some Mount Kings. This was a pretty horrible trade for me. So it would have been better just to let him retreat, unless I had an answer for his god. Which I clearly did not think about well enough. Yeah, and those slingers just kind of murdered my own guys. Down here, we're attacking Lanka. This was our little thug. I think he's actually crippled too, so he can like barely move. Okay, success. He lives with 9 HP. Got another affliction, but the province is mine. I'll take it. And then down here in Welsh... I guess we didn't... Oh no, we're attacking Lanka next turn. Like in their cap. Okay, so that's that. Coming down to events, we have the Cryption. I got a bunch of those guys, which is nice. I actually like that now. Rivers have swollen, we lost some population, and E4 was wounded. Plus 10 defense. Nice. And we caught some scouts. I'm not sure if I've checked all of these in every game, because somebody's... I think are my Bane Venom Charms going away? Okay, they've moved off to other lands. I don't have any Bane Venom Charm events, so thank God. So that is it for this turn. So pretty okay, I guess. I mean, bad in the sense we lost these guys, but okay in the sense that the war with Lanka is going pretty well. I think it was a significantly worse turn for him than it was for me. This army is going to go on top of his cap with a smaller squad coming down here, and then basically just mass protection and then hold an attack. And then we're also going to go ahead and put this fort under siege with a small army. So we've got a lot of dudes. I had also, and I didn't mention this at the end of last turn, but I recruited all these mercenaries since nobody was getting them. And we're going to go ahead and move them on top of this fort and just keep sieging this. I want to get Lanka pinned into his forts, and then we'll figure out how we're going to kill him. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. So yeah, there's not too much here that really concerns me, but we'll see. Mass protection, flaming arrows, not the best combination. It does make for kind of murdering Guron troops a lot, but it's what we have for now. But I think that's it. We're going to keep following this army and kind of pushing them through. I don't know where they're going to go, but wherever his god goes, I'm probably going to lose whatever's in that tile, or at least have them run away. We have another Peter Wass here. We don't have boots for him. I wish I had boots of the messenger. Wait, whoops. I kind of accidentally got rid of his orders. I want to see what they were, because I forgot. Okay, he's cloud trapezing on top of Lanka, so Lanka's not going to get to see what's in my army. Which is a decent strategy to use every once in a while. Alternatively, we could have tried to cloud trapeze him on top of this guy, which wouldn't be bad. I also send a message out to everybody saying, in case you didn't see Discord, please feel to send me a Diplo update with things from your perspective so I can talk about them in the upcoming episode. So next episode will be the Diplo episode. And of course, they don't have to send me anything or reveal anything they wish to keep secret. Okay. So I think that is about it for this turn. The war is going pretty good, but yeah. Really, if I just got paid for every time a Peltast ran, we could just go ahead and retire. But alright guys, I'll see y'all next time.